There's a guy right in the middle of the road, and he's going to say thank you. That's very nice of him. Big trailer on the back. The Caravan Club is up here. Ooh. You know, like the In-Betweeners Caravan Club? Yeah, like that. I had one up here, one over here. That's what happens up here. Right, what's up guys? Today you join me from the driver's seat of my buddy Josh's 04 plate Focus ST170. Now, straight away from getting in this car, it feels really sturdy to drive. Definitely different to the other cars that I've driven, of the same sort of price. It feels really well built for a Ford. Sounds weird, I know it sounds stupid, but it feels very tight. The car feels very tight to drive. It feels very right. There's no dodgy squeaks and stuff like that. There's no dodgy bangs. It's done 77,000 miles, and you can sort of feel it's been cared for. The gearbox isn't sloppy, it's very direct. You can sort of punch it into gear. The induction roar is quite something for a car that's only got a K&N air filter, a drilled airbox and a back box really. Again, I've never been a massive fan of the Fords and stuff like that, so I really wanted to find out what the big deal was about these ST170s. I seem to see a lot of them, and as they've come down in price, they seem to be bought a lot more. Whether that's because they're cheap, I'm not really sure, but you can pick one of these up for around, 1,500 quid these days. Obviously for one with lower mileage and a little bit nicer, you're expected to pay more, obviously. That's not bad. It's not bad for a standard car. I think this is more of a performance test to see what these are like off the factory floor. The accelerator is quite responsive, so when you sort of do put your foot down, there is a lot going on. You don't really have to wait for power delivery, which is nice compared to the other turboed cars. You sort of have to wait for the power to come in. Obviously, in a turboed car, you're going to get a lot more, performance in the turbo. But I think as standard, this is definitely, it's quite pokey. The steering seems quite firm. It might get a bit tedious around town. I think, like as you're overtaking stuff, it does feel quite direct. There's not a lot of play. So 170 brake horsepower standard these are. I've been told by Josh that these aren't very tunable from that point. A remap only really takes them up about 7 brake horsepower. So I think if you're looking for something to tune, you're probably better off in something else. But I think power-wise, if you're sort of happy with the power, just enhance the sound of the car, and I think you'll see the benefit there. So let's show this car some back roads. Let's see if it can perform as well as the ST badge says it does. So I'm actually going to go down the same road I took the DC5 down to see where the difference is in price and the difference in car is. I think, the price, yeah, the price is a price, that's a lot more of an expensive car, but if you've only got £2,000 to spend, then, can you have as much fun as you can in one of these? Do you know what I mean? So showing it some corners now, it seems to really, really react well to them. As you come out of the corner, the revs seem to be quite high, so you're able to sort of punch it out. Say you're in your third gear, you come out of the corner, you're at sort of 4,000 revs, it really, really wants to sort of motor down the road, get a nice induction noise from the car. Yeah, very, very direct cornering, I really like that. The back sort of follows you through as well. There's a little horsey in someone's front garden there. Where does this road go? I'm on a slight adventure at the moment. Never actually been up this road. So I've just gone up the road and we're at some caravan club now. So I'm going to turn around because I'm not part of the caravan club and I better not go in there just in case, Massive truck with loads of gas things on the back of it. You don't want to be in a collision with that bloody thing, I tell you. I was thinking a little bit different with this one. So let's have a look round the car from a point of view. So you get a nice flick up spoiler there. I think the blue paint is definitely the best colour to buy if you don't, you know, if you're not into your blacks and stuff like that. Got your back box down here, Janspeed Backbox, which sounds really raspy when it's hot, which is good. Sounds really nice. The 170 badge there. Styling wise, I think definitely at these, in this era of sort of cars, they seem to love putting their brake lights up here. A lot of cars nowadays, I don't think, seem to have taken that with them. They seem to have sort of, you know, got rid of that idea. I think the front is quite, I don't know, it's cool. I think it could be a little bit more leery as an ST model. It sort of looks a bit diesely. You know, I do think they should have put a splitter on it. But I mean, you could put an aftermarket one if it phased you that much. Wheels, you know, just your general multi-spoke wheels. I think it's probably got a colour-coded bottom valance here. You've got your parking sensors, which is cool. Inside, I think interior-wise, again, I think it's quite simple. You know, nothing too ordinary from your normal Focus. This one has got a carbon fibre wrapped centre console. Bloody Sony head unit, which do my head in every time you turn the car off. Also, guys, remember, if you like this style of me sort of walking around the car, having a look round, pointing out its features as I sort of go round it, let me know in the comments. First time I've ever actually done sort of something where I get out of the car and sort of film myself with the car. But let me know your thoughts on what, you know, if you like this sort of setup. Something a little bit different. I actually took this off Shmi 150, which I thought was quite a good idea, with you sort of walking around the car as it's sort of here. But let me know your thoughts on this car. I'd love to know, you know, what you would buy other than this actual ST. What you would rather sort of, what you think power-wise would go in its place. What can you buy for 170 brake ish that's this practical, this sort of sporty, and this sort of comfortable? Let me know in the comments. So guys, thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. Tell me, would you have one of these? Would you buy one of these? What are its main competitors? You know, what would, at this price, be the sort of thing that you would buy with, say, 1,500 quid? Just say 1,500 quid. What would you buy? What would you rather have? Let me know in the comments. Let me know how you feel about the sort of walk round that I did on this video. I'd love to know your thoughts on what you think of that format. Videoing yourself outside the car, everyone looks at you like you're fucking weird though, I will admit. You've got a cyclist's van, doesn't say thank you. Twat didn't even say thank you. I was going to turn the camera around then. Got a cyclist in front of me, no hands on the handlebars, and he nearly crashed into a car. So guys, thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.